Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sprints again. And once again, like last week, let me know if there's too much noise. I do have the headset on, so I'm not entirely sure whether you can hear outside noise, but it is once again still 27 degrees inside my apartment, so the window is definitely open, and there's a truck. I don't know, they're pouring concrete or something like that. I think so. It's like constant droning noise in the background. So if you can hear that, let me know, and I will close the window. But hello, Judith. Hey, Jess. Hello, Natalie. Buffy, of course, is also still part of the party, and you will definitely be hearing her meows throughout, but you guys are used to that. Hello, Nadim. Good evening. Ahoy there, shipmates. King of the Pirates is aboard his hammock this eve. Yar. So it's hammock weather this time because yesterday, right, you were prevented from doing so because of the rain. Here, I think it was supposed to rain today, and it's been close to raining and slightly drizzling here and there, but I assumed it was gonna be like a thundercloud or something like that, and that's definitely not happens. Hello, Josephine. Hello, Sasha. Boarding action confirmed. Hello, Mika. Why so quiet, Buff? You don't hear her? That's very lovely, because I do hear her. And it's not so lovely for me, not all the time. Hello, Larissa. Hey, Tufty. Confirmed hammock time for Captain McTavish. Nice. Yeah, here I don't think it's a day. As I said, it's supposed to rain, so it's a little bit of dangerous time to go sitting out in a hammock. But I would actually prefer for it to rain now than for it to do so tomorrow, because tomorrow at work we're having a barbecue, which is kind of like one big event right before the start of summer when everybody's or mostly people are still here. But yeah, it's potentially gonna rain in the morning and clear up throughout the day. But of course, yeah, depending on timing, that might happen just at the moment in which we're barbecuing. So hopefully not. Hopefully it will just be the same weather as was most of today, because it was perfect weather considering for me, the perfect temperature. Hello. My brain is blanking again. Jeroen. Rain overnight, then hot and sunny this evening. I have tasked myself with finishing Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. That's what the boarding action refers to. I am now trying to remember how Ship of Magic actually ends. Ah, damn it. Cannot even remember the ending for it. Same over here. And we did get a tiny rain cloud break for about 5 minutes. Yeah, when I was walking home, it was there was a lot of humidity in the air. There were streaks of rain on the bus, but then not really much rain that I could feel. I would start reading Hear the Wind Sings, a debut novel of Murakami. Okay, so because he has two, right? I'm always unsure which one is the first one because you also have Pinball something. But yeah, I haven't read any of his potential two debuts. I will be continuing The Shadow Rising tonight. Nice. Perhaps because of the moisture in the air from last night, the thunderflies are out in force. Tiny little crawlers that number in their thousands. I don't know what you would call them. Yeah, I don't know. I've been sleeping with my window open for 3 weeks now. And last night was the first night I had a mosquito in my room. And I was like, no, get out. I have less than 2 hours left of Daisy Jones and the Six, but might switch and get some physical reading done. Nice. I'm fighting the good fight trying to finish Rhythm of War this month. You've got this. It was supposed to rain here at 10 and at 4. Well, at 3 there were 2 drops of water. That was it. It's been clouded gray all day, but still no rain. So hopefully all the rain falls in Belgium in the night so what's left can fall in the Netherlands tomorrow. Ship of Magic, there is a big storm, lots of ship action. Right, is that at the end? I have a potential idea of what is happening now, but cannot say it, of course, in case it happens in book 2. Hello, Leanna. Hello, Kitty. So ready for the sprint. 650 pages in Speaking Bones left. We've all got some reading to do, I think. I started Sweet Bean Paste today, and it's so lovely already. Nice. Hello, Chadia. Good evening, Madeleine. 2 days of the month left to finish the TBR. 250 pages of well of Ascension. Oh, well of Ascension left. You've got that. Plus, that is such a action-heavy ending. You know, you're about to get to the Sanderlange, and then it's always going much quicker. I will be finishing my ebook. The Kindle says I have 27 minutes left. I'm reading Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. Nice. Buzzy flying things at night in bed are the worst. I need to exterminate, otherwise buzz, buzz, buzz. Exactly. Yes, I'm right at the end of Ship of Magic, less than 50 pages to go. Definitely going to finish tonight. I have already been pre-sprinting, so I'm fully in credit and will manage 4 stages tonight. Perfect. I have so far today mainly been doing The Black Coast because that is my audiobook, so that is my commute book. And then today was such a boring day at work because, like, you know, our work is like not constant. It depends on what you get in from customers. And so today has been a day in which customers have really left me alone. So I was kind of bored at times. And then I put on an audiobook and did some like really brainless stuff. So I also listened a bit during work. So I got more than 100 pages done in the Black Coast today, but I still think it's like my minimal goal for this I will probably reach. My minimal goal is to get to like the midway point so that I have 300 pages left in this one, but ideally I finish it, but that's definitely not going to happen. And then the one that I'll be reading during sprints is this one, Kaikei. Wait, that's semi-legible. Kaikei. You have two bookmarks in there, as you can see. This is where I am at, and this is where I need to be, or like this is where I want to be, because then I have 100 pages left, and this will be my first book for Game Nightathon in that case. But so, yeah, I still have 200 pages left to go in that this month. I think it's doable. It just means that, I'll still have to read quite a bit tomorrow evening. I was kind of hoping to just like chill tomorrow evening. So we'll see what I end up doing tomorrow based on like the progress today, I guess. How far back am I? I need to finish House with Good Bones. It should be doable, but I've been watching K-drama instead of reading a lot of these days. Yeah, I also haven't been doing my maximum of reading. Same for me, looking forward to getting to the part where I physically cannot stop reading. Yeah, that's great. Currently baking the remainder of the cookies. You still have cookies to bake? Baking Buddies. That's a good name. I still have 16 hours and 45 minutes left in the Crippled God. Will you manage? Is that like at the speed in which you're listening to it? Because like the Black Coast, I think I have 7 hours left, but that is 2 times speed. So it would be 14 hours in like the regular speed, I guess. I will start reading on Saturday again. Nice. So you have a reading break now. Ah, perfect. 300 pages remaining, sly approach of starting loads of book to finish in July. I can honestly say I'm not doing that as I'm rushing to clear the decks ahead of Saturday. Yeah. Oops. I do need to wait for new episodes that will come on Saturday. Yeah, there's new episodes of The Witcher today. And I was like, oh, damn it. No, I will wait until July. Anyone some ideas of books with orange covers? Not Kaikei, because I already read it. Well, the Black Coast can also count, but it is like 600 pages because this mountain over here is orange. Um, and then the Black Tongue Thief, which is over there, can also count, but I wouldn't recommend it. We'll have to think about some during sprints. Femke, how many exactly, she's feeding an army. So a lot of listening still to go. Would you recommend the whole series as a whole, or are there books to avoid that don't add anything to the story? I have about 75 cookies left at this moment. Nice. Oh, I want cookies now. Second book in Outlander has an orange cover. It's what my Kindle says. The amount of time. So yeah, it's based on your reading speed. Oh, that's a lot. The last Firefox is also orange. Okay. Do you make lots of dough up front? I assume so. Dough, of course, depends how much room you have to keep the dough, of course, or just enough for a tray or two. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on that, I guess, how much room you have. Because I probably would have to like do it in batches because I don't have like enough like jars, I guess, to keep the cookie dough in. Did finish Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy, so on to Inazuma 11. Yeah, I'm gonna not try Aries no Tenbin, but that's not how you pronounce it, I'm guessing. Life of Pi. Sure. Haven't read it yet, but it's one of my options too. And with that, time for our first sprint, guys. See you guys in 40. How did we all do? I finished page 195, meaning. Eh, okay. 28 pages. Nice. And how did you all do? Let's see, because there were some chats while we were sprinting. Think we were here. Sophie Anderson Castle 1 is orange too, right? Like the Castle of Tangled Magic? Yeah, I think that that is an orange castle, right? Thanks for the recommendations. By the way, what genre do you prefer, or like what page length do you need? Because then I can also kind of look for it like that. The Haunting of Evelyn Jones has orange on the cover, and the spine is mostly orange. I am McTavish, the colorblind bloke, is staying out of the orange cover debates. You can maybe look for triangles on covers. Are there many triangles on covers? Triangle seems like a less likely shape because it's like not. Ooh, but yeah, I've already said that that is kind of like a problematic book. Is the Tree Body Problem, right? That one has a triangle, I think, or anything with a pyramid might count for a triangle. Scales or balances of areas is the translations. Nice. Tough. Yeah, that is more difficult for you, but I'm happy that you're like not hesitating to reach out to us for help because we're definitely there to help out with the colors. I submitted 3 covers looking for green and was denied on all 3. I was gobsmacked. I'm so bad at colors, but it's only natural, you know. Becky Chambers also has an orange novella. Okay. The novella by Emma Glass, Peach, is orange and black, I can imagine. I love that Chambers one. I have the US one with the unnecessarily distinct but okay, nice. Crowfall by Vashti Hardy has orange. Strange and Beautiful Sorrow of Ava Lavender. Hello, just getting here, reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Why do I feel like somebody else was reading this? Or was it Daisy Jones? Yeah, somebody else is reading Daisy Jones, right? There was another Taylor Jenkins read, I guess. My internet is a bit shit, gonna go, good night. Well, and you're already gone, I'm sure, but enjoy your evening. It was a project low. On Tuesday, I made the first batch of dough, wrapped that in cling foil, and put it in the fridge. I have a tiny fridge, so couldn't make all of it in one go. Baked that yesterday. Then, while baking, made the next batch of dough and am baking that now. Nice. Hello, just had dinner and now to finish Max and the Midnights. And hello, a bit late, but hello. I want to finish 2 books before the end of the month to prepare for the readathon. So, going to continue the Book of Eve. Good luck. Finished dinner and read 5 pages. Nice. I forgot sprints. No worries. You are here now. And you still have 2 sprints that you can enjoy with us. It is interesting to know that this debut novel of Murakami was originally. Ah, okay. It was originally written in English. It's only novel written in English. Ah, that's interesting. Because, like, that will also have been quite a while ago, right? Because his debut will have been, like, I don't know. How old is Murakami? Like the 90s or the 80s, maybe even older. It's interesting to start with in English. I read 35 pages of The Well of Ascension. Nice. I read 3 pages. I mean, you arrived later. Almost 20 pages in Oathbringer. Wow, so many Sandersons. Let's say 900 left. You've got this. Maybe not tonight. What's the title? I am reading Kaikei. You can totally not see that. Wait, that was readable. I have 30 pages remaining of Ship of Magic, so I squeaked in a good few in the hammock before coming in for dinner. Nice. It's definitely happening during these sprints. Finished the book, now need some coffee or tea, can't decide. I mean, both kind of depends on how much caffeine you can tolerate, because with tea you might have like an herbal infusion as an option as well. Read 42 pages, got to 88% of the weight of blood, and well, it's pretty okay. Nice. I don't know it, but yeah, the title definitely is promising. 26 pages of Little Fires Everywhere. Hello, I read 23 pages of They Hate Each Other by Amanda Woody. Before starting the book, there's a short story about how Murakami became a writer. It's so inspiring. Murakami has always been my inspiration. What I also like of his is like, what is it called? Something about running. It has running in the title, and it's very short, but I really like that as well. It's also nonfiction. It's about like his writing and his running. Dinner tonight is potato chunks roasted with garlic and oregano and topped with feta cheese, spring onion from the garden, and lemon juice. Nice. I put Nick to bed and puzzling my TBR. Yeah, over here. Sounds yummy indeed. Yeah, you were Daisy Jones. Zero reading has happened, but I had dinner. The cat had dinner. It's all fine. Exactly. I'm old enough not to be fussed about struggling with colors. I hope it raises a bit of fun at me flailing around, as that is my intention. I roll with the minor difficulties. Exactly. Sometimes you have to, you know. I will start the 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. Tell me how you feel about it when you've got a little bit further into it. Like, that's, I mean, I want to try all of Elif Shafak's work. I guess I need to have like a few bad ones before I might change that statement, but I've absolutely loved one, really got along with another. Been mediocre about the first one that I read by her, but so yeah, I will. I definitely want to read more of hers. I have about 550 pages left in my standard tome. Definitely not finishing that tonight either. Yeah. I mean, you still have more in the day, of course, than we do, but still, 500 pages. With Rhythm of War, I was actually like, I don't know whether you know, but like on YouTube, there is a soundtrack for um, Stormlights. I want to say it's called Kaladin, but I'm not entirely sure that that is the title for it. And I was basically listening to that on repeat the entire time that I was reading Rhythm of War, to the point where it did get really, really annoying to get to certain songs, because certain songs would like kind of catch my attention. But I now fully associate that's like that soundtrack goes through my mind whenever I now think of Stormlight. I read to page 226 of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Nice. The one I loved is The Bastard of Istanbul. That's the one that I gave 5 stars to. The one I was like meh about is like 10 seconds, 10 minutes 38 seconds in This Strange World. That's the first one that I read by her. And then the most recent one that she wrote, The Island of Missing Trees, was really good. It was just like I was like expecting another 5 star, and it wasn't that for me. So I need to go back and find your words on Ship of Magic. I have saved those episodes for later. Yes, almost time for you to dive into those. I do know the Kaladin ones. Maybe I'll try that. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that sort of experience of like combining it. And I actually think I'm also. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Wait, can I present something else? So I wait. That works like here, right? If I shared this, now you're seeing something else normally. Now, because I wanted to look for books with orange covers that we could maybe use for Chadia's suggestions. How do I do that? Just click on those, right? Then we just want the under 300 pages, I'm guessing. Filter. And then low to high, right? Okay. You're going to see some very interesting things in that low page count, I'm sure. Like, they're also in totally wrong languages because I didn't read these in German or in whatever language that is. But like something orange. But these short ones have like nothing interesting, I'm sure. Orange, orange. It's comic books. Don't even have a cover. Nope. Nothing orange. Orange is a little bit of a difficult cover color, right? I mean, could we call that orange? Here, I would say yes, but I have the physical of that, and I would say that that is not an orange cover, it's a red one. Eh, like the Eliza via Jungo, this is maybe more yellowish, but it's a little bit of a gray area, the transition between yellow and orange, as we already had on the chat as well at some point. That would be orange. Murder in the Dark. But as you see, I gave it 2 stars, so it's not necessarily something I recommend. Like, that's all reds. Yeah, maybe that rabbit proof fence. This has like, it's not really clearly orange, but considering it's a black and white cover which only has an orange title, I would count that. And the Emperor's Soul is a really good one in case you haven't read it yet. The same here, that cover also is like black and white with the only color being orange. So something like that could definitely work. Just peachy. This is definitely a book that I only read for a readathon as well, because it's super short and it's just like comic books, like it's comics, so it's very fast to read, and it is also one that could count for orange. James and the Giant Peach. A Prayer for the Crown Shy. Let's see, because maybe you wanted longer ones. So, wait, where is it? Here. About 50 pages from Something Like Possible by Neil Moreland. Don't know it. I often hear that you can start on Robin Hobb with either Farsi or Life Ship, but there's a short paragraph that mentions some details of the end of Assassin's Quest, so I'm glad. True. The question with those types of things, of course, is always like, do you notice that if you don't have the context for, like, maybe it doesn't spoil anything, if you read it first in Live Ship, then you wouldn't immediately think of that when you're reading Farseer. It wouldn't really betray the ending of Farseer for you. Read Live Ship after Farseer. Yeah. This is how I built my roots in Game Nightathon, exactly. Wait, where's my timer now? Because I need to make sure that you guys are also still seeing that. So let's go back to the timer. Right, that's how I did it. Yeah. I'm rather keen to do a whole month remote reading sci-fi books. That would be nice. I pretty much only managed to read the chunk that is Ship of Magic in June, but the sci-fi books are too fat for the optimal path. Like sci-fi novellas. I was thinking about tackling my Judge Dredd collection too. They are very, very fast reads, being comics too. Yeah, I mean, that can definitely work. I can't post the link as it's too long, definitely, yeah. But Goodreads has a list of orange covers. I just Googled books with orange covers. Yeah, exactly. You also have that option, indeed. Wait. Books with orange covers. Yeah. Orange boy. Goodreads. Is there something interesting here? Like right off of the bat. Lessons in chemistry, but that's a little bit on the long side, I think, for this readathon. Something that I know is short-ish. Like, what have I read of this? Apparently all of the Harry Potters, but clearly I don't read a lot of the very popular orange ones. But so yeah, I will wait, I'll go back to page 1 to share it, so that's when you want to check it out, Chadia, you have some examples here. There is a book that I have on my TBR as well that could work for that, which is called Terminal Boredom. Just short story collection, I think, translated from Chinese. It could also just be the title that is orange. Yeah, like the manga Orange, right? That's also A title of a manga series, right? Back to this. Judy Dredd, the crime fighter, would make an interesting series. Can you filter the colored sets on Goodreads with books you have shelved? I don't think so. Like, no, I don't see any options for that, which is a little bit annoying indeed. Yeah. Oh yeah, the one to read option solves that. What do you mean? I also read Judge Judy that comment, to be honest. It was very difficult to overcome whatever my brain was trying to push at my mouth there. I'm struggling with the bonus point for color matching and think I'm going to be less optimal in that respect. I'm going for quantity of pages mainly. Yeah, it's definitely like a little bit of a dilemma at times, because there definitely are cases in which I'm like, oh, I could use that book for that prompt, but then it doesn't match the color. But then I'm also like, yeah, okay, but this is really a book that I want to read, so I shouldn't like care too much about the color matching neither. Like it's fun to do it at times, but I should also like if I'm really really eager to read a certain book, I shouldn't let the fact that it doesn't match the prompt or that it doesn't match the color make me go like, yeah, no, then not. Now that is, I can hear she is loud. That was Faith, I assume, but she has like a very clear meow. She has a meow that's kind of sound like a bell, whereas Buffy has a very grumbly, annoyed meow. And so Faith doesn't meow very often, and Buffy meows all the time, unfortunately. Hello, came home from home and just fell asleep. I hope to be able to read a bit still. Hoping so too, because sometimes when you're like really stuck in that sort of like, sleep mode where you just want to go like, you know what, I'll just start my night already and just like give up on the evening. I meant that the book are toggled from our green to white on British. That the books are toggled from green to white on Goodreads to show I have shelved them. I could see a few you had marked up on that orange list. Yeah, you kind of have like it shows indeed. Yeah, yeah, okay, get what you mean. Yeah, it shows the ones that you have marked, but still, you have to go through the entire list to see that. It's not like you can filter on it. My sci-fi mood read. Oh, my sci-fi mood read list contains those books that I currently really want to read, but they're in the 500-page category. Yeah. Only 3 more rounds of baking after this one. We'll be done around 9. I mean, it's dedication. You're definitely dedicated. This is your final day tomorrow with these colleagues, so it has to be done, I assume. I actually need to give a treat for my birthday. But I will give it on Monday, I guess. Because also, yeah, we have a barbecue tomorrow, so it'll be a little bit stupid and also give a treat because we're already gonna be eating so much. How many have you sampled so far? Exactly, that would be like the most difficult thing, to keep away from the cookies and not like compromise the stash. Like this is what I'm working with now. Because Buffy is so jealous, this means that now I just have 2 cats in like limited space, because Buffy cannot have Fate have all of the attention. Wait, there. It's too hot to bake in summer, so I do very little of it. I'm more of a winter baking boy. I used to bake all the time when I was still living like with my parents, but I guess because, like my parents were making the actual meals, so I could spend the energy in baking, whereas now, because I'm also making the actual meals, I very rarely take the time to actually bake, but I do really like it. I do want to do some more. Like I really love making like Earl Grey cookies. They're so delicious. I should make them more. Tomorrow will be my final day. Yes. So exciting. Starting a new job after. Craving cookies now. I think we're all like, maybe I'll just make some. Oh, I'm never going to be in that stage where I like impulsively make cookies. My work is trying to organize get together at the offices, but I'm resisting going. There will be mutters and grumbles about this. Yeah, I probably will be like booking my holidays for when the team building happens in September. Not intentionally, it's just that that's the best time. It's like end of September, it's like no longer like the prices are better. So I've only had three tough tea, haven't really had time to snack. And honestly, with baking 200 cookies, they're just not super appetizing anymore. All right, guys, let's read. I'll get back to the rest of the comments afterwards. So yeah, good luck. Enjoy your reading. Hello, how did we all do? I am on page 228, right? Yeah. So that means I read 33 pages this time. So that's nice. That means maybe I'll get to 100 pages in these sprints, which is nice, though. I mean, it is nice. Ideally, I would not have to read tomorrow, but I definitely will. I knew that from the beginning. There's no way that I can get to like 200 pages in this period. So I knew that it would have to be the case where I would potentially read 100 pages today and then 100 tomorrow. We'll see. I really don't know whether I want to read that much tomorrow. I kind of want to make it like my evening off before the start of the readathon. But then again, of course, on the 1st of July, I'll probably go to the cinema in the evening because it's my birthday and then I get a free movie tickets. So I'll probably go to the cinema then. So that will already be like a break in the evening then. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what my mood is like tomorrow, I guess. Um, Think here. Starting a new job sounds scary as fuck. I haven't done that in a very long time. Yeah, that's also been like since 2017 for me, since the last time that I changed jobs. So it's also been quite a while. Earl Grey cookies, yeah, they're really good. Like it's like sand cookies, I think, just in principle, and then you put like some Earl Grey, like the loose leaves of Earl Grey through it, and I really enjoyed it a whole lot. Yeah, I booked a week off during one of the office get together days. Yeah. I mean, I was like, I really wanted to go somewhere. Like, I just impulsively got the idea, like, oh, it would be nice to maybe like in September or October, just like spend 2 weeks like chilling, like in south of Spain or south of Italy or something like that, and like not really, you know, not specifically like go and see a lot of things there or anything like that. Just like live chill life for there. Just read books, sit by the seasides, enjoy the great cuisine. And then I was like, okay, but then I probably wanted to be like September or the transition towards October, but that is when we have that team building. And I was like, yeah, I was already like debating not going to the entire team building because it's 2.5 days, but now I might skip it altogether. Back to the hammock. Let's see if I can finish my 30 pages. We will see. And otherwise, there's still another sprint to come. Jealous of the hammock. The weather here is not suitable for a hammock right now. Yeah, I think it stopped here, but I do think we've had that rain that I was talking about earlier because, I can hear it in the sounds of the cars, the amount like it's lots noisier when they're driving over like wet tarmac. Do you call it tarmac? No, because that's just for planes, right? So I actually did bake some cookies. They're right out of the oven now. Wow, that's so quick. I just gotten done with my book. Nice. Soft and gooey hot cookies. Nom. Maybe I should just have some instant cookie mix lying around or something like that so that I can also spur of the moment make cookies or make cookie dough and just eat cookie dough. I love cookie dough. I used to make cookies so regularly, but like half of the dough I would just keep raw and then the other half only I would make into cookies. 22 pages of Well of Ascension. 1 hour of Daisy Jones left. Nice. I have a mere 8 pages remaining in an 880-page chunky boy. Didn't quite manage to box it off in the stage just now. You are definitely there next sprints. And then you can still like chill a little bit after as well. 49 pages of Max in the Midnights. Nice. 35 pages. This book is very dense. Like, yeah, it's something with shadow, right? Shadow the Shadow Knight Rises or something like that. I don't think I actually know it. In case I forget, happy birthday. Thank you. Read about 15 pages. Nice. The chunky book is getting awkward to read as it's all weight on one hand now. Yeah, definitely. Like that's the issue with these super big books is like you cannot keep them like that. I have that a lot with War and Peace. It should get like better the further I get to the middle point of the book, but it is also like you're holding it to one side and then like okay, because I'm lying down, it's like okay, I can read it like this, but when I'm trying to read this page, which is lying down, it's like okay, need to kind of lift my head to be able to see like part of the page. A free movie ticket for your birthday, how nice. Yeah, it's like the one time I actually still go to that cinema because it's like the chain cinema, and I typically now go to like the more indie cinema, just because there's less people. For example, you're not allowed to have like crisps or popcorn or drinks there, so it's like I actually quite enjoy the quieter atmosphere of that. Plus, they just have like some really interesting movies there. But this is like the more like, the chain store cinema, which I go more to for like blockbusters or stuff like that. But they give you like a free movie ticket if you go on the day of your birthday. So I haven't done it that often. I went once to see Inside Out on my birthday there as well. And so now I'll probably go see Asteroid City, I think, or the Elemental, but I think I'm gonna go see Asteroid City. 26 pages to go. Nice. Oh, whoa, jumped. My holiday booking is designed to avoid a beauty parade from the new management. I have seen so many of them come and go every other year. Apparently, it's mandatory, so there will be a fight. All right. On page 258 of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Nice. Make a big batch of cookie dough, freeze it in little balls, then you have ready-made dough balls for emergency cookies. Genius. The shadow rising. It's okay. That definitely explains why it's dense. Book number 4 in Wheel of Times. How are you enjoying Wheel of Time? I don't think I will enjoy it, which is why I haven't even attempted to participate. But I don't know what like the overall consensus has been. Like, have most people been enjoying it? No popcorn in the cinema. Yeah, it's like it's always been that case actually for the because this is like the newest version of what has always in my life been the independent cinema in my city, and it's always been the case that you cannot bring food or drinks into that cinema, and when I was a teenager, I was always rebelling and stuff like that. Like, not that I was bringing food, but I was always like, "Oh, why would you go there?" Blah, blah, blah. But actually, I really enjoy it. But it's also like a really small cinema, so you also have like it's always a very small room. So it's just a much nicer atmosphere, and the seats are so much more comfortable over there. I will pick up my first game night at on book and ease into it a bit. Yeah, just make sure you keep enough pages left to properly count the page count you need. I have no idea what any of those films you just mentioned are. Well, Asteroid City is a new Wes Anderson, so Wes Anderson is like most well known for what's the Grand Budapest Hotel, I guess. And so yeah, he has a new movie that is Asteroid City. I know nothing about the movie. I see Wes Anderson. I'm like, I need to see that movie. And then Elemental is a new Pixar, so it kind of has the same style. I feel like as Inside Out, but it's then about like the forces of nature, the different elements. So I also want to see that one. And that one is actually no longer in the indie cinema, so it would actually be better to go and see that one in the chain store. We'll see. I would end up making all the emergency cookies and fail to refresh the dough. That is the case, true, of course, because like whenever I have crisps in the apartments, I like buy crisps and I'm like, I'll just buy 2 bags, one for this week and one for next week. It does not make it to next week, so I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Not allowed to buy bags of crisps that are not intended, like not on the, that are, like I'm not allowed to store crisps for future use. But that would be the exact same thing with these dough balls. I am wanting to see the elementals, yeah. I prefer milk chocolate to dark chocolate, so I never have any milk chocolate bars left in my stash, whereas I have plenty of dark chocolate bars just sitting there for ages, so my stash never runs out. I like the first, the second and third were meh, but I'm enjoying this one. More things are happening. He can't ride women though, I must say. Okay. Typical classic fantasy then. Oh no! Oh, so no noises from all the crisp bags or popcorns. That would be nice. Yeah, exactly. No noises. Yeah, and I would say there's nothing really awkward about it. There are no like awkward extreme silences, which could be associated with that. Because I actually think it's usually more awkward when you're like eating crisps or popcorn and it's like a really quiet scene and you're like, I just want to eat something and then action starts, you can eat again. But yeah, I really enjoy that cinema. I vote for Asteroid City. Yeah. I have a week off next week and no plans yet. So I'm now suddenly thinking about taking a trip visiting a city like London, Paris, Munich. Any recommendations? I mean, London. I absolutely love London, and I've just been again for a week. Still need to edit that vlog, but yeah, London will always be my choice out of that list. I don't have any experiences with Munich though, so but I really love London a whole lot. I just like the vibe of the place a whole lot, and there's so many food markets and stuff like that, which is also always super nice. And of course, you have the added bonus of you know books being available in English very easily. But I'm not entirely sure from which country you are from, because that depends, like whether for London you might need like an actual passport, which might, not be like which in considering you're off next week might not be doable. Then cities in Europe that I really enjoy, like Budapest, but that might be a bit far, I guess, depending. Um, I actually really dislike Paris, so I wouldn't say Paris. That's not really my first choice. I have had so many bowls of strawberries this month. I have had enough of them. All done with the strawberries until 2024. My freezer has some tubs for later use. I can imagine. I like the name Asteroid City, so that gets my vote too. I also know it has Tom Hanks in it, and Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors. So I'm Swiss and I have a passport. Okay, yeah. So you could do London in that case. Um, so yeah, I would say like Paris is not really my favorite, but I know a whole lot of people who really love Paris. I just never really had much of a, I don't know. Paris and I never vibed. And I went back there last year, I think, right? Last year in May, I went to Paris, like spur of the moment decision as well. I think I decided to go there also like the week before I ended up going, because I found out that like Shelley Parker Chan, who wrote She Who Became the Sun, and Jen Lyons from the Course of Dragons series were having a book signing in Paris, and I was like, you know what? I have days off left. Why don't I just spontaneously take some days, go to Paris, go to that signing? But yeah, I enjoyed my time in Paris, but still, it's like it did not change my mind about Paris all that much. It also didn't help that I went to the Louvre, and the Louvre is so incredibly busy. And I at the end I was just like, get me out of here. Travel sounds way too hard for me. I really love to travel, so for me, like there's nothing hard about travel for me, because I've also been looking now if like in September I might go to like south of Spain or south of Italy. I've looked into the train again. I still don't know whether I'm gonna do it because it takes you more than a day. It is so much more expensive than taking the plane, but I do enjoy it more. And I do think that taking the plane, first of all, is really bad for the environment, but is also too cheap for what you're doing. So I'm a little bit of a moral dilemma there, I guess. Oh, wait. I did like Rome. It was very crowded, but I loved all the fountains and buildings. Rome could be very nice. I have also considered Rome because I haven't been since I was like a child. I was probably still in primary school when we went to Rome. So I don't really have too many memories of it. So I would love to go back to Rome one day. And maybe like because it's like such a random, yeah, but no less. I was gonna say because it's such a random period, but it's not. It's the start of the summer holidays, so it is going to be very busy, of course. And the pizza, yeah, that's Roman pizza, Roman pizza, which is different than Neapolitan pizza and like pizza from different areas apparently. I do not have a passport because I just don't travel. I did a bit when I was young, but realized it wasn't for me. I mean, to each their own, you know. There are many things that I don't like that probably some other people will be like, why wouldn't you like it? So it's good to know what you like, what you don't like, and then, you know, if you don't like it, then sure, definitely don't do it. Passport for us is also like somewhat rare because you only really need it when you go outside of Europe. So I have one from my trip to the US, which was like 5 years ago already, maybe at this point in time. I just had mine when it was valid for a longer period of time because I think nowadays they're only valid for 5 years. Rome would be a good idea. Yeah. My father always told me that I needed to expand my horizons and explore the world like he did. Just another big disappointment for him, lol. I mean, you can expand your horizons through reading or through food, which I think you do love exploring more other types of food, for example. You don't need to physically travel always for that. Rome is my favorite city. Okay. Let's meet up in Rome after we missed each other. True. It was you who like it wasn't even a week, right? It was even less than a week difference, I think, between your Venice trip and my Venice trip. With my weird jigsaw puzzle challenge, I might force myself to go and travel to some countries to take pictures there and make them into jigsaws to eventually fulfill the challenge. Yeah, might be like a great excuse to go on holidays there. I was actually looking at Cyprus as well this morning because ever since reading The Island of Missing Trees, I've been adding Cyprus to my list of these are places I want to see. Um, but yeah, that would definitely be flying, of course. Like the hotels I found there were like super expensive. But I haven't looked at like Airbnb or anything like that yet. But any experiences with Amsterdam? So I was in Amsterdam in May, I think, for a weekend. So yeah, for a weekend, of course, we didn't do a ton, but I really enjoyed it this time around. I think last time, it's not like I didn't enjoy it, but we did more of like the typical touristy stuff. And this time, while we did go to the big museum, the Rex Museum, there for the first time, we also did like walks more outside of the touristy area, and there are some really nice areas to Amsterdam. And what I really like as well is that like because there's so much water in the city, you have all of these canals. I love that sort of like city integration with water. It's just very nice, at least on a very nice and sunny day as we had when we were there. And I really liked like walking along the canals in Amsterdam, and especially the canals that are like a little bit more outside of the city center, because Amsterdam is another one of those cities that in the center itself gets extremely busy. Like the main like shopping street is to be avoided at all costs. Too many people for me. I can't cope with crowds anymore. Once walked into a pub after a person's leaving dinner and realized I was done with crowds. Walked out, went home, stopped going to events. Yeah, crowds can definitely be an issue. Think I was 3 or 4 days with Venice. Yeah, exactly. I visited Amsterdam for a day on Friday for the first time and I quite liked it, but very busy in the summer. Yeah. I have actually been to Cyprus, says the boy who doesn't travel. Nice. Amsterdam is always busy. Malta, Crete, and Cyprus were all readily accessible when we lived on the Mediterranean for a year when I was a kid. Nice. Yeah, Crete could be another option. I mean, I've been, but to just like Santorini would be nice for like a just super chill holiday. But then I'm like also like very much linked to that island, you know. There are less options then if I do want to expand my horizons and move out, like move around. Plus Santorini is really like going to Greece is pretty far, then I would definitely also need to fly. I was also thinking about Cyprus. My mom really liked it there. Also, a friend of mine just enthused about Prague a lot. Prague, I've been when I was a child, and I remember really liking it. I remember like the anatomical clock, and then you also have like an artist from there, Muka. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. And we went to a museum with his art, and I really love that as well. And with that, we're going into our final sprint. So 40 more minutes, guys. You've got this, and let's meet each other in 40. Hello. So, final sprints done. I finished page 265, which means I am exactly 100 pages away of where I want to be before the start of July. So, I can definitely do it if I want to. If I want to do it, then tomorrow I just need to do no, three 40-minute sprints the same way as we've done today. And then I'll have read as much as I want to in KK, but we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. But in any case, I will still finish like this chapter after the sprints. It's not that long anymore. It's like 8 pages, so I will still do that. But how did you guys do? Let me actually calculate what I did this time around. So I went from okay, so that's 38. So I'm getting better every sprint, it seems like. And I am now like 54% into KK with that progress. And perfect timing on the comments. We're all getting better, guys. Better synchronized for this 2 hour reading in 3 hours period. I don't know whether you can hear like the cars too loudly or not because I feel like it's rained in the meantime, so the cars are louder for me again. And I think like Buffy at some point was tempted to go and hide under the sofa, but I was able to keep her here, so I'm guessing it's raining quite heavily now. Tea, warm cookies, and 35 pages in the couch. Life is good right now. Exactly. Nice, indeed. Failing hard with reading, can't concentrate on my books. There are these days, then just like do something completely different and just, there'll be better luck other days. 28 pages more of Well of Ascension. We'll try to read a little bit more tonight to stay on track to finish it tomorrow. Nice. Avast, shipmates. King of the Pirates has finished his book, departed his hammock, and sat up indoors for the rest of the evening. Yes, I actually finished the book during a sprint. Whoop whoop! Good job. And what was the verdict? Do you like it more than Farseer or not? For me personally, I like Live Ship more so far. Still have to read Ship of Destiny, of course, but um, I immediately felt that with Ship of Magic, like, whoa, this is more my thing than Farseer was. I read 30 pages of House with Good Bones and I like it so far. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna try to still do that, but that ain't happening. But I might still read it in the month of July because it is like not that much over 300 pages. So if it fits one of the prompts, then I might still impulsively read it at that point and then like rewatch the live show. 35 pages left in Little Fires everywhere. Little Fires. Yeah, I did say that correctly. Everywhere until the point I want to be at the start of July. Nice. Another 35, 32 pages of Max in the Midnights. It's a quick read, so I might get it done tonight. Nice. You are on my telebox now rather than my iPad, so I can hear no rain or car noises. Okay. It's raining a lot here now, so cozy with the sounds. I watched a new Z Frank short about ferrets. Don't know that. What is that? Is that like something on like YouTube or it's like I really don't know. Nice stuff to indeed. I have started Game Night on by heading into my library, pulling the first book out of my shelf, and inserted a bookmark into it. 0 pages worth. Well, a first step has been taken. Finished another chapter in oops. Finished another chapter in Oathbringer tomorrow. I'll pass the 600-page mark. 3 page no, last 3 minutes I continued with my current jigsaw. Nice. So you know how we said before that we surf along in the same direction but on different waves? I'm definitely a Farseer over Live Ship's reader at this time. Okay, nice. Yeah, I've said it before. For me, it's just like the multi POV thing works so much better for me. Like, not that Farseer was a struggle to get through or anything like that, except for the walking bit, but like, I really, really, absolutely adored Royal Assassin, for example. But with Live Ship, I have way more of those moments of feeling like, ooh, this is for me. It's animal comedy on YouTube. Highly recommend. His cat in therapy video is iconic. Okay, nice. Oh, wait. Live ships has multiple perspectives, so there's more chance of certain perspectives are of lower interest. Yeah, but there then are just also more perspectives, so more characters that can work for you and a character that doesn't work for you is like it's an issue for less amount of pages, you know? Like it's not that I dislike Fitz, but Fitz can be a very annoying character to read from sometimes. And so you cannot even almost see the difference between the two bookmarks. So we definitely made a chunk, like some progress into it. Malta and the serpents were deeply annoying. The former because young, the latter because I'm left going, huh? And the serpents are just weird, you know. There's just so much uncertainty there with like what's happening there. And Malta is super annoying indeed. Malta is like a character that I absolutely despise. I cannot decide who's the bigger douche in live ships, Kyle or Kenneth. Um, Kyle is the father, right? Or like the stepfather or whatever. Then definitely Kyle. I absolutely despise Kyle. But yeah, very happy with my progress for Kai. Am I enjoying this book? I am enjoying it definitely, but it's also not like a new favorite or anything like that. But it's definitely like one that I'm enjoying more than enough. It would be like a four, like a 3.84, something like that. And I am going through it relatively quickly, so that's also nice. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's just a retelling aspect of it, but it just constantly. I don't know why it constantly surprises me that it deals with gods when I know that it is mythology inspired. But that's actually what I'm not really enjoying about it sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, ugh, does this character need to be a god? And it's like, yes, because this is what this character is in mythology. So it's really like um doesn't make sense, like what I'm not enjoying about it at the moment. Kind of the stepfather, yeah. On page 286 of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Nice. I didn't have you down on the despised Malta boat. I'm going to catch up with my saved episode of your telebox show. Oh yeah. Malta is so annoying. Like I absolutely am on that side. My cat is sniffing my shoes now. Cats. There was something I was gonna say earlier, and I'm trying to like recover what it was that I was gonna say, but it's really just completely escaped my mind now. So no, I cannot recover that piece of my brain. Apparently, see the jealousy. I have managed to get all my garden work completed, so I'm planning on maximum hammock reading time for the month of July. For yeah, fingers crossed for good weather. I don't know. I'm so happy that we've gone down in temperature again because I just cannot deal with the warm that like the warm weather. So for me, it's fine if we like keep this rainy bit that we've got now, except for tomorrow. See, having character like that does put me off the series just a wee smidge. It is high quality true and true, though. It's just slightly below Farsi. It's annoying for me to get through, but on the other hand, I also really appreciate the craftsmanship of that, of writing a character that is so that, you know, creates such big and like emotion in me. What a roar from the cats. Is that they are so chunky. Otherwise, I would read Royal Assassin in July. Yeah, I kind of still want to do Ship of Destiny, but it's like 900 pages. So how dare you stroke anyone else? Exactly. Having a warm floof set on top if you can't help in the warm weather. Yeah, neither. And now I know what I was gonna say. Like, we were talking about. I had the 600 pages in Oathbringer, I think, and then I was like, yeah, I'm also finally like I don't know, almost 400 pages into War and Peace. The only thing is, I was supposed to be halfway through War and Peace, so I'm currently 2 months behind on War and Peace. So, absolutely need to catch up to that. Maybe I could in September. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Hop characters are absolutely stunningly well written. Yeah. She knows her onions when it comes to this. Is that an expression? To know your onions? It's cute. It's a charming expression. Definitely not tough to. Even worse when they insist on sleeping next to your head in the heat. Yeah, I mean, my cats are not allowed in my bedroom, so that is part of the reason. Especially just because Buffy here does not understand the concept of me sleeping. Maybe because she's of course never allowed into my bedroom, but when she's allowed into my bedroom, she will just like meow the entire time, like lie right on top of me so that I cannot sleep, like lick my hands, nudge me. Thanks for sprint. You're welcome. And on Saturday, I will have more sprints for the kickoff of Game Nightathon when we can finally leave the June books behind. Though not really, because I will still be reading Kaikei. 2 months behind the live ship traders even now. Thanks for sprints. Looking forward to Saturday. Exactly. Night. 9 p.m. here in the UK, so plenty of time for BookTube. Exactly. Nice. I think I'll also still watch like one video or something like that because I do feel like it. So yeah, with that, we are done for this week. I hope you guys had a lovely time. A lot of us has made quite some progress, and if you didn't, at least you had some fun times, hopefully. But so see you guys on Saturday, and good luck for those of us who still need to round off our June reading in order to get to game night at all. But so with that, I'm gonna end the sprints here, and hopefully you guys have a lovely rest of your evening.